Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to our movie club. Today we will discuss a movie, Total Recall. It was, as we mentioned in our pre-warm party, it was long time for in our list, and somehow we decided we did it already, but we did not. So time to fix it. Let's start with a story. It's a famous movie, I guess. Everyone watched it. I watched it 5 times at least.
Wow.
Yeah,
Me too.
because of twisted scenario and because of uh,
Yeah.
I don't know actually why. Let's discuss this. And I like Sharon Stone in the movie, and I like cast in general. I like Arnie. It's kind of suits his role, I guess. So it's interesting. So let's start with the cast, with characters. Sergey, can you help us? Tell us who are the main
Yeah,
characters.
and we have main characters. Douglas Quaid. He's a builder on the Earth, and he has a hard job. He removes some big stones on the building, and we have he has a beautiful wife, Sharon Stone, but I support him. And we have some opponent of him, Richter. It's a second man of Mars secret organization, and in Mars we see a beautiful brunette who is a girlfriend in the past of Hauser Quaid,
Mhm.
and the main main
Melina, teacher
main
wrote now chat.
the
Melina.
man the president of Mars. It's a bad guy.
Cohaagen.
Right.
Cohaagen, right?
Cohaagen, yeah.
Right. So Cohaagen, Melina, Richter, Lori, and Douglas. And what was his another name of Douglas?
Wait.
Hauser.
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 Yes, and we forgot the important women with free breath, and I was expressed.
No, I think the next important it's taxi driver, right? With five
Yeah.
kids.
Johnny Cup. And Quato. Don't forget Quato,
Kuato. Right.
the
Quato.
mutant.
Okay, so now we remember all the names. We can start with the story. Gerard, could you start, please?
Yes. So Quaid is married with Sharon Stone, with Lori. He's a construction worker and he lives in Earth. He has a beautiful apartment. We don't know what his wife does because she looks like she doesn't have a job. But it's okay because with the construction job, you can earn enough money for the two. So Quaid is always thinking about Mars, and there is a company that can give you memories of Mars, like if you went, you had a holiday in Mars, but not spending as much money and not don't have the troubles of a holiday. Everything is wonderful, and eventually the Quaid goes to this place, but there is a problem because the machine, when they try to implant the memories, it looks like he had an implant before
Mhm.
and get some mistake, and the people from the agency put put him in a taxi. Then he's taxi with a robot that drives a taxi, and okay.
So they were scared that something went wrong. They recalled some case. Do you remember that they had one case in the past that finished with lobotomy?
Hmm.
Sergey, do you know what is lobotomy?
Yeah.
When someone open your skull, right? Actually, to fix something inside. So not a pleasant thing to do, I guess. So they were scared. They put him into the car, and surprisingly, he start to recalling something, right? Not a total recall yet, but somebody started to hunt him. Well, do you remember who it was?
When after he moved the Rekall company?
Yeah, after he found himself in a taxi
Okay,
like stoned.
he didn't remember a lot, and he asked the taxi driver some questions. Then he met his friend, who is a construction worker as well, and his friend said, I asked you not to go to the company Rekall, but you did." And then they started walking together, and suddenly they attacked him. Right?
What is interesting for me is that like surprisingly he had skills of fighter, right? He found himself like a killing machine.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He was good at, just blows, and he knows how to do. And then he killed his friends, and he was shocked. He went home in such a quick way, and his hands are full of blood. And he saw Lori at home and said, somebody or some people are going to kill me. He said. I turned off the lights, and Lori was trying to calm him as usual. And what else? Ah, they were attacked at home. No, she said, "You are again, just dreaming. You are not seeing the real things." But he showed her his bloody hands to prove that he killed his friend, right?
Yep. And she started to distract him, right?
Yeah.
She started to distract him because there was a like combat group already arriving to their house.
And they just wanted to kill them, I think.
Yeah, and actually she attacked him, right? Assaulted him. Assaulted.
Right. She was good as well.
Yeah, but I think for one day it's isn't it too much, right? You going home, you meet your lovely wife, and you just killed somebody. You think why I did this, and you go home and your wife trying to kill you. Something is wrong, I would say. It gives you a clue. So, and I'm surprised that he started to beat her as well. I was surprised at this moment. Not something.
You know what I thought while I was watching? I said, Ivan must have been sad here because the beautiful lady was kicked.
Yeah, it's not something I enjoy to watch. It's not something I expected to watch.
But she was good. Do you remember her kick?
The balls.
Wow, right.
Okay, so he escaped somehow, right? He escaped. Did you leave, please? Oh,
This movie is quite confusing, but my understanding is he went to Rekall to get a fake memory of a visit to Mars so that he would remember his trip without having to pay the money to take the actual trip. Before they could implant that memory, when they were getting him ready, I guess they did something that unhid a hidden memory. His memory had apparently been altered before.
Right.
And when they were preparing him, his memory came back and he thought he was a rebel, a Martian rebel, fighting against the Earth's government. And that government agents were trying to capture him. So at that point, he broke free and became paranoid and ran home. And that's when people started trying to kill him. So at this point, he thinks he's a rebel wanted by the government, but he's not sure why. All of his memory hasn't come back yet. But he knows people are trying to kill him for some reason. So that's where we are in his memory right now.
So he's confused, actually. He's confused. He has no clue. So they're just attacking him, and he actually just react like spontaneously, right? Like he see action and doing some reaction just by trying to run from them, trying to run away. And he ran away to some hotel or something, and he got a phone call. Whoa, do you remember this moment? Whoa, you're muted. Do you remember this moment? He went to the hotel and got a phone call from someone with a suitcase or something. Do you remember this?
Yes.
So what was in suitcase?
Mm. The device.
Nice, right? I don't know how to describe it. It's kind of a extractor, let's say. Put it there and you will get your back out.
And the 3 monitors.
3 monitors with some message, right? On the...
Yes.
And who sent this? Who delivered this suitcase?
His friend.
Yeah, someone from the past life. You told me to give this to bring this thing to you, right? So he sent his. So we started to like collecting like some points. We started to understand that there is something planned because we learned that he sent this bag to himself. He asked his friend to do something, and so what was the message? Whoa, do you remember what was the message? There were money, right? There were passports, some IDs in the suitcase.
Fly to Mars.
Fly to Mars, yeah. You have to arrive to Mars. And you have to extract this, can we say bug, teacher Lee? Sensor? What is it?
Bug is okay, or plant. Implant. Yeah.
Do you remember, Leila, this moment of extraction? Wow.
I couldn't look. His nose was getting bigger and bigger and bloody. No. I just closed my eyes.
Yeah. This guy was brave. If someone sent me this extractor and said, put it there and press, everything will be fine, I doubt it. I would say, no, thank you. I will do something else. Okay, so he has money now, he has some ideas, everything, and he has a mission, right, to go to the Mars. Vasanth, please.
Yes, teacher Lee, how do we call the artwork they had in this movie? So many prosthetic makeup. Is that right? A human look like face mold.
I'd probably call them androids.
Mm-hmm.
You can call them robots, androids, general term. So Johnny Cab was an android, a self-driving taxi.
Okay, tell us about the Mars. Did he arrive to the Mars?
Yes, he did, and on that place. But he initially disguised himself as a woman, in the airport, and somehow it malfunctioned, and it repeated the same dialogue. Yeah, yeah.
What is the goal of your visit? 2 weeks. Do you have any money on you? 2 weeks.
And everybody got suspected, and they tried to chase him, but during that attack, there was an explosion, and he somehow escaped from that place. And he arrived to Mars and visited a hotel, some sort of hotel, and he got a package, a message that was in the locker. He left a message in the locker. In the past.
How we call it? A safe, right? In the hotel, a safe of vault.
Safe, or sometimes safety deposit box.
Safety deposit. So it looked like he himself put the thing into the hotel deposit box, right? And when he arrived again, because he was directed to this hotel, they said, "Oh, Mr. I forgot his name, Mr. Something. We have something for you in our deposit box." And what it was us? What it was in deposit box?
It was a picture, a call girl's picture, and there was a message written back on that paper, and he asked for a pen and write the same name,
Melina.
Melina, yeah, Melina, because just to make sure that it was written by him. And he confirmed that it was his message. And he started to search for the girl.
Yeah, it was a clue, right, for a key for him to continue his his investigation. And there we meet our taxi driver, right? An important feature as well. Sergey, do you remember how it happened?
Yeah. When he when he went out from the hotel, two taxi drivers started to fight for him, and the black guy won. And after that, they drove to a striptease club. And in striptease club, he was looking for Melina, and administrator told, maybe do you choose another woman? Not, I want the Melina.
I want to see her, right?
Yeah. Melina was sitting with three guys. Two of them looked like a mutant. Interesting.
Is it a word in English? Actually, mutant.
Unusual heads.
How we call this guy with
Mutant.
some
Yeah.
mutant?
Yeah. Mutant.
Yeah. Mutant. Okay.
Mutant, yeah.
And after meeting, they went to a room, and they had a conversation. Oh, Hauser, I love you. And oh, I'm not Hauser, I am Quaid, and I has a women.
No, I was married. It was actually a very funny conversation because it started how it started. Hauser, how dare you to return back after after all this? And he has no clue, right? He had no clue. And those guys, those mutants, they went to him and said, Hauser, your nerves are made of steel. How dare you to get back there? He has no clue again, right?
But it was funny moment. I thought during the moment when they had conversations that women are women, and do you married? Yeah. But despite she work as a prostitute in the striptease club, it's like okay. But we have the problem that he married. But what happened?
Yes, she was very upset that he met someone, right? Well, different society has different moral, right? So probably it's okay for Mars society, let's say. I remember. Yes, Sergey mentioned that it was funny, right? So he was talking about some long story, right? I am there, and the only thing she heard it was about, are you married? Did I hear you? Did I hear you right? Who is she, right? So the only important question. Okay, what happened after, Gerard? Can you?
Okay, so Hauser knows something about the pyramid because the rumor said that they found some alien stuff, and Quato want to can extract these memories because many of these mutants are psychics, so they can read your memories, and Quato is the most powerful of them, and is like actually is the boss. And I think that is then when Quato and there is a guy, a normal guy that has Quato inside, and they go with Melina, I think, Quaid, and and the black guy company go with them.
So there was some mess, right? Someone started to attack this cat house or something. So they had to escape. And it was in rush, so no time to think, just act. And they went to the leader of, how we call that, the rebels,
Resistance,
I guess. Resistance. And they met the main guy, right?
Yeah.
So they found it. So now we have another twist from this starting this moment. Leila, would you describe this? What
Um,
happened?
they just, I think, if I'm not wrong, they started running and they came to a place. Well, the moment they started, Douglas, Quaid, and Quatro started talking, and suddenly there was the break-in, and they killed Quatro, right? Quato.
Yep.
But before he died, he said, "Explode the reactor."
Started, right? Start the
Started, yeah, started, yeah.
Start or explode, I'm not sure. Anyway, start the reactor, and the girl is the woman he loves, and Quaid started running away again, try to find the reactor. And what else? You remind me, my dear friend.
Yeah, let me remember. If I'm not wrong, they were captured at this moment, and the main guy Cohaagen went there and said, well done, my old friend," and everyone was confused, and they said, "Don't worry, wait a bit, and you will remember everything, and we will drink something, and I will meet you on my party, and we will like celebrate our won, our."
So,
And
Ivan, here there is something I'd like to ask. Hauser and Quaid are the same person, right?
Hmm.
But
Hauser
Yeah,
and Quaid, same person,
yeah,
yes.
yeah.
teacher Lee, how could it be possible that um Hauser, I mean, where's Hauser?
Hauser,
He's
Quaid is really Hauser.
Right,
Quaid is a fake identity. So Hauser was a bad guy, and he couldn't. The bad guys were trying to beat the rebels on Mars who were opposing their control of Mars. So so they needed to find the good guy, Quattro, the leader of the rebels, and kill him. But
right,
Hauser, because Quattro could read minds, the bad guys could never get close to him. So Cohaagen got this plan. He took
right.
Hauser and erased Hauser's memory
Okay,
and made him Quaid, an innocent construction worker with a wife, happily married and living on Earth.
okay,
And it gets a little unclear, but it seems like eventually they expected this fake memory to fade, and then Hauser, the they put in two fake memories. Really, they put in a fake memory that Hauser was a rebel,
right.
and then they put in another fake memory that he was Quaid.
Okay,
So when he went to the Rekall place to have his dream implant, as they were preparing him, the Quaid fake memory disappeared.
okay,
And the second fake memory, where he was a rebel fighting the bad guys and being hunted by the bad guys, by the government, that memory came to light.
okay. I got it.
Cohaagen expected this to happen at some point. That's why Cohaagen had spies on Earth, including Lori, his wife. They were there to watch Quaid so that when that Quaid memory went away, they would know that the fake spy memory had activated.
Right.
And when that spy memory activated, Richter is the number 2 bad guy. He's on Earth. Cohaagen is on Mars.
Okay.
Cohaagen didn't tell Richter all of his plan. Richter thought they were watching Quaid so that if he lost his Quaid memory, he was to be killed.
Okay.
So Richter's trying to kill Hauser or Quaid. Later, Richter finds out Cohaagen says, "Why are you trying to kill him? I didn't tell you to kill him. I told you to keep him alive. He's a traitor, sir. He's a traitor. I thought he was the traitor. I don't pay you to think. I haven't told you the whole story. You don't know enough to think. Don't kill him." So Richter was trying to kill him, but Cohaagen wanted him alive because the second fake memory where he was a rebel was how they were going to get him close to Quartro. They were trying to guide him. They left him clues to make him go to Quartro
Okay.
as kind of a double agent. Because he had a fake memory, Quartro would read his mind and think he was a rebel and friendly to their cause. Once they killed Quartro, then Cohaagen was going to erase the second fake memory, and now Hauser would be back to normal and be his buddy again.
Okay.
So it's
And
very.
they went
It's,
for 8 years, right?
Mm,
I forget how many. I forget.
I
It was
remember.
that long.
I remember that Lori have said on the yours that it was hard 2 weeks of this task. So
Yeah, I don't think it was long. Yeah.
it was not long. So it was a planet like escape or something. So it was all planet operation by Cohaagen and Hauser, right? So they invented this. So
Yeah.
it was all by their plan. So actually Hauser, he actually donated his body for this plan. So we made like sitting duck from me. We make a fake rebellion from me. And when they accept me, you, my old friend Cohaagen, will return me my memory, and I will be Hauser again, and we will be happy. So something like this.
Yeah. So they were trying to get Hauser. They were trying to use Hauser as an infiltrator to get into the rebel organization to meet Quartro so they could find Quartro and kill him. And then the mission was over and successful. So
Actually,
to do that, they had to put 2 fake memories in Hauser. One that he was a spy, one that he was a rebel, and one that he was just Quaid, a nobody. When the Quaid memory was disappeared, now he thought he was a rebel. Oh, I've got to get back to Quartro. I've got to get back to Quartro. He didn't know why, but that was the plan, was pushing him to get back to Quartro. Once he met Quartro and they killed Quartro, now his second fake memory was no longer needed. So Cohaagen wanted to get him back and restore the normal Hauser. But
Okay.
at that point, Hauser had become the rebel because the actions he was doing were for the good guys. And at one point, remember, Quartro said, "Quaid, you are not your memories, you are your actions," or something like that. So because he was doing good things for the good guys under this fake memory, that actually became his real persona. So when they wanted to restore him to Hauser, now he didn't want to be Hauser because Hauser was a bad guy and he had become a good guy through his actions.
Yeah, he killed Lori, right?
Poor Lori.
Well, she was a bad guy, though. I mean, she was a bad guy.
Yeah, so actually at this moment, as we discussed, so they killed Quatro, right? Quatro. So the mission already completed. The mission is successful. The mission is goes as they planned. Everything is fine. So they like reached this point. The only thing they need is return Hauser back from from Quaid, right? And there is the problem because Quaid is now don't want to be Hauser back. Because he met a woman of his life, he met a job of his life, he now think about people, and he's a rebellion himself. So his mind has changed. It's an interesting moment. And what happened? They tried to erase memory of Quaid to get Hauser back, but he escaped. Right? He killed someone. He escaped, and they tried to go away in some hotel or something, And they sent Lori and some guy. Do you remember this moment? I actually
Yes.
like it very much. Vasanth, do you remember this?
Yes, I remember that. There was a guy who claimed that he is a doctor, and he said that everything is happening in his dream, Doug's dream. So, but he didn't believe that. Then he uh, invited Lori in into his room, and she was also trying to convince him that everything is happening in his dream. But somehow he got suspected, and he put a gun on the doctor's head, and okay, if this is a dream, nothing would happen to you, right? And then he said, no, if you kill me, and no, you will have nobody to guide in this dream, something like that. But he waited for, he paused for a moment and saw sweat on his forehead. Then he decided that okay, he is lying, and the pressure made him sweat, so he shot him and also had a fight with Lori. Then suddenly, out of nowhere, the bad guys appeared and attacked him and dragged him to the bad guy.
Yeah, and essentially wrote it was so plausible, right? So because they said you wanted to be secret agent, look at yourself, you're a secret agent now. You wanted this girl, there is this girl, so it's all your like mind. Let us help you. So at that moment, I was convinced, you know. So when I watched the movie first time, I said, yes, everything's connected, right? So it's just a dream. So give me this pill, I will swallow it. Actually, I don't understand how Quaid like escape it from this just because the doctor has a sweet stain or something.
Well, if it was a dream and he threatened to kill the doctor wouldn't be nervous.
Right.
He'd say, go ahead and shoot me, but it's just going to hurt you. But with the gun at his head, the doctor was starting to sweat. So that told Quaid, this is probably real life. And if I shoot this guy, he's dead. So that drop of sweat made him think that guy's scared, so this must be real.
Yeah, an interesting moment. So then fighting with Lori again, as always, and I guess Lori was killed, right, at that moment.
Well,
yes,
it was in an
It's-
elevator. It was in an elevator place, and they came out of the elevator and they got in a fight, and Lori was about to kill Melina, and then a divorce happened.
consider
So-
that a divorce.
So he had a hard choice, Leila, right? At the moment, he had to choose between two ladies. If I'm
if
right.
somebody, kicked me like that, I mean, I could understand that that person doesn't love me.
Honey, you wouldn't shoot your wife. Damn.
Who knows? Maybe it was their usual game for every night. Who knows? Maybe what they used to do, before
Yeah.
something.
No,
Okay.
she was so superficial,
Yeah. This was a good scene because she said, you wouldn't hurt your wife. And he shot her and said, consider that a divorce. Then Melina said, that's your wife? What a bitch. That was a good scene.
Yeah, Melina has a strong character, it seems to me, right?
Right.
I don't think that Quaid or Hauser will be happy after all. So maybe, Leila, forgive me, but maybe he did a wrong choice,
You may
I mean,
not
I
remember.
knew that you were going to say this.
You may not
I know you are.
You may not remember, but when they captured Quaid and Melina, they were going to restore Hauser's memories and reprogram Melina to be a loving wife for Hauser.
Yep.
So when they escaped, he wasn't sure if her memory had been erased or not. So he said, "Are you still Melina?" or something like that, and she said like, "How are you doing, dear?" or something. She pretended to be a loving wife and tricked him for a second or two, and then she said, "Let's get out of here." So they
Yeah.
tried to get some humor in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember the exact words of Cohaagen. He said, "You are going to be a respectful, compliant, and appreciative woman. The way a woman should be."
Like the
So-
Stepford Wives.
Yeah, I watched the movie in the Blu-ray disc, and at the beginning there is a disclaimer that says, "Please note that this film reflects historical attitudes which audiences may find outdated or offensive."
Oh God. Oh jeez.
Yeah. What
Oh,
what a,
man.
what a world we live in, right? Okay, so they escape it again, and they now have another mission, right? To save the world. Actually, we forgot to mention, but Cohaagen, he was a real evil, right? He just switched off oxygen in one, I don't know, department or district, just to like give a lesson to to rebels, right? So they will die, but others will think now what they're doing, something like this. So Quaid's new mission is to save everybody. Actually, Sergey, how he did it?
Uh, they went to the reactor's place and this palm to the space to the unique place for switching on the reactor. But Richter continued to Richter went for them, and they had a fight on the elevator, on the building elevator, and Quaid won because Richter lost his hands, unfortunately, and he fell down on the place from the elevator.
Do you remember there were a lot of soldiers, and he had a special like device with a clock.
Yes, and he has a hologram device. Hello, I'm here. What happened? Maybe we have the problem with our guns. Hey, hello, hello everyone. And they have some fighting, and obviously Quaid and Melina killed all of them. And after that, they had fighting with Richter. Yeah, and when they went to reactor switching on place, they meet Cohaagen,
Cohaagen.
and Cohaagen told them, "Please don't switch on because we would have a big blow up on the Mars because we don't know about the reactor." But I think that he know on the reactor quality that after switching on around on the planet would have enough air.
Mhm.
So would you describe Mars like as a planet before the reactor was started? So what they had?
It is a red planet, and we know about Mars and planet where people built covering the districts with a spatial area system. We have big ventilator who put free air from air production system. I don't know, and it was expensive because people have to pay for air production machine working.
So actually, they, as I understand, they brought air from yours or something, or they produced it somehow, but it was like tedious process or something. So
it was produced and controlled and sold to the people. They had to pay for the air they breathed. Basically, that's how Cohaagen could control Mars. He was the supplier of oxygen.
yeah, I do remember in his evil dialogue he say, I am a king here. I can do whatever I want on this planet until turbinium is mined or something. Like
Yeah, yeah.
and why he so the one reason because he was against the reactor. It was like uncertainty, right? Nobody tested this machine, so what will happen? It's only suggestion, right? We expect that it will melt some glacier. Is it the word usually glacier with
Yeah.
inside the
Electro-
Mars and make a lot of air. So it was one reason. Another reason was because this reactor it will use all the turbinium. So after that, nothing to sell anymore, as far as I understand. And third reason because he will lose his power, I guess. Right?
It was a monopoly.
Monopoly, right?
Yeah, he had a monopoly on oxygen.
So good thing- give me monopoly on oxygen, and I will be a rich guy, right? Probably
Yep.
in
You'll
a few
rule the
moments.
world.
Okay, so we forgot that Cohaagen actually put some blast, some device, dynamite or something on the top of control panel in the reactor, right? And at the moment when they tried to press the button, he was about to explode, and they throw it away, and how we call it? Window was broken, and it was dehermetization or something. Usually, how we call it?
Yeah, yeah. We would say that the let's call it the shield was shattered, and the pyramid interior decompressed.
Decompressed, right? So when they fly away, so they managed to press the button, so air started to produce, but it takes some time to saturate the atmosphere of Mars, and they were choking outside. Oh, and their
Yes.
bodies was what's the word for this? I don't know.
What
Swelling.
happened there, Ivan? Why their faces changed as well?
I can show you. So just when you breathe into the I don't know balloon, what happened? Balloon enlarged.
Okay, balloon, right?
Yes, it was the same. So on Mars there is no atmosphere, no pressure from outside.
Mars is at a vacuum. So Mars has zero air, zero pressure. Inside your body, you've got blood pressure. So when your body is exposed to vacuum, the pressure inside your body is greater than the pressure outside your body. So your organs start pushing outward.
Oh, it was so terrible. I
Yeah,
couldn't watch.
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's how the movie depicted it. Yeah.
Right.
I think it's a bit exaggerated, a bit
Yeah.
at least, because I know that decompressions that happen from time to time on airplanes or on International Space Station. So it happened, and people, I don't know. I never saw a picture of people like this, so probably it's exaggerated. But who knows? We never tried, right? So maybe. So happy end, right? They returned. They beat it Cohaagen, the evil empire. He found his true love, and he is a Quaid now, not what, Hauser. And Mars is free now. So, but there are no more turbinium, but maybe humankind can survive. So that's the happy end. Yes, very good. So, Leila, what is your favorite line? Tell us. If you have one.
I like the one what a bitch.
They can't fight. Yeah.
Well, you are right. It's interesting that Sharon Stone actually she had an episodic role, right? It's a few episodes in the movie, but we remember her because she acted, she played very good. She built a strong character, right? If you don't
Of
trust,
course,
you
you remember her. She's very beautiful.
She was so cold. She could be sweet 1 second and evil the next, like a light switch.
Yeah.
Oh, you
If you
wouldn't shoot me, honey, would you?
if you don't trust me, you can tie me up. Or something.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Yeah.
was funny, right?
Yeah.
Vasanth, please.
My favorite scene was when he was using the hologram and the soldiers were really pointing their gun at the real Arnold, and he said, "Do you think you are pointing the gun at the real one?" Then they were looking for the real one. Then he said, "Oh, it is me." And he shot everybody.
Yes.
Well, do you remember the thing with hologram? What he said?
Do you think this real Kuato? Yes, it is.
It was actually, it's interesting because he was double agent, right? And it was a double decoy, so real decoy and false decoy. It's
Yeah.
good. Okay, so speaking about these memory implants, so I found this idea in like a very interesting and promising idea. So
Promising.
yes,
Thank you, Ivan. No
yes,
way.
but I really think so. You know, Leila, when you are in real travel, you always have some small inconvenience. Always something get wrong. Hotel is wrong. Something with commute with your plane. So it's never perfect. Never. So you just always struggling with many details to have some overall experience.
Good luck to you, dear friend. I don't want it. Thank you.
But it's right. When you go on vacation, when the vacation's finished, all you have as proof of the vacation is memories and
Yeah,
pictures. So if they
right.
give you the memories and the pictures, it's as if you really went on vacation.
Yes, I think this idea is brilliant.
Yeah.
You know, if they
But
if
what about magnet?
the souvenirs, you mean? What they
Yeah.
sell some souvenirs. They say this. So don't worry, you will have them. So,
Oh,
the-
that's right. They provide you souvenirs. Yeah.
so actually, what is the difference, Leila? And let me point a few more examples. You know, in your memories, you're not restricted by your reality. You know, you can be king of Persia if you want. You can be an alien. You can be a secret agent. You know,
Oh,
many.
And
I get that.
I remember when I was the governor of Mars. Man, that was a fun time, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was for
It is,
2 weeks, but
it
it's
is
worth it.
dangerous, Ivan. No way.
But why is dangerous, Leila? It's all the same. You know, you travel to, let's say, Italy, right? You return back. You have some memories. So why bother you with this traveling? You know, you can get your memory in your place.
Yeah.
You're teasing me.
No.
A perfect romantic adventure. Can you imagine?
Yeah. Why to travel with your usual family and kids? Be 20 years younger, get some or few girls with you, you know,
Yeah.
and go to, I don't know, to fight with African tribe on somewhere in the
Yeah.
middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Kill a dinosaur.
Maybe we discussed a bit in our chat, and I teased Vasanth for a bit, and he said he would choose Austin Powers adventure, and it's a
Yeah.
good idea. I think.
Yeah, I mean you could orbit around Saturn, you know, and land on Pluto and walk around. Great memories that otherwise you could never achieve. Yeah.
Let's say you're a Star Trek fan, right? So it's your time to be whatever you want, Dr. Chekhov. For
That's right.
instance.
You could
For
be
what-
Mr. Spock on the Enterprise. Yeah. Save the Federation.
Sergey, what is your perfect vacation? Tell us. If we had this memory implants, what would you choose?
Uh, I don't like the idea of implantation of memories because it is controversial topic, and I don't trust myself. I don't trust anybody because I know that my memories and memories of my friend would be fake, and we would have some problem with discussing about memories. Oh, remember this topic when we go to the river? Not we don't went to the river. We went to mountain. But it's a strange topic. I don't want to the reality with the implantation of memory.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll tell you. Sometimes you can't tell the memory from reality. Sometimes I will remember something and I'm not even sure it really happened, but I have a memory of it. Have you ever had that?
It's happened to everyone. It's called false memory, and it's just well-known thing. So people have, especially in stress circumstances, especially in some special cases like you're stressed, you something, people have false memory, and it's okay. So there are a lot of witnesses. They they witness something that never happened, you know. But
Maybe
they
reincarnation, right? Do you believe in reincarnation?
Possibly, yeah. You know, we call it deja vu sometimes, or that may be different than a false memory, but I've got memories of things that I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't think I did. So I'm, you know, you can't tell the difference. A memory is reality.
Right.
Great.
Vasanth, please.
I have heard this from some avid travelers. They said that when you attain the old age and you are alone, your memory is your only companion. Nobody is around you, and you can recall those memories. So that's why they travel. So that was their point.
Wow.
Actually, it's kind of extreme, but I can imagine. Let's say there is something who you love, right, and you lost him or her. So in your memory implants, you can like replay some some experience from what you want. So another like application of this. Yeah, there are many. So I thought for a bit about this. So I thought, what would be my perfect vacation? I don't know. I would choose something from Wild West stories, you know, from old America, you know, something like that. I would like to watch it like in my I don't know, in my real memory, not like a movie, like from first person, I would say.
To feel that you were there is a different, yeah.
Yeah, I have my
Man,
Colt and only 5 bullets, and there are
Yeah.
so many Indians. So how will I survive?
Yeah.
Gerard, please.
I have an idea. I just had an idea about what positive thing we could do with this technology. You know, bad people in prison. We could change their mind. You know, people that are very dangerous or are always committing crimes. We could change their mind and being good persons, like Hausers to Quaid.
Oh, I know one bad person. Yes.
Yeah, your president.
Actually, if we have this technology, if we will have this technology, we don't need prison anymore.
No.
So what's the reason to put a guy into prison? We can implant, 20 years of prison in his hand for free.
Yeah. In fact, I saw a movie one time where they had a drug. They could inject you with the drug and you would go to sleep for like 1 minute. But in that 1 minute, your mind would suffer years and years of virtual imprisonment and torture. So they could give you a 10-year imprisonment in 1 minute by basically affecting your mind. Your mind would think it lasted for years. It was weird.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Really weird.
I
Wow.
like. I would like to have this technology.
Imagine that you have the vaccine, not vaccine, it's implantation of memory. That maybe in your past you was a Republican and now you are Democrat. It's a very simple way for changing the world society. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. I think.
It could be corrupted. Yep. They
But-
could make you think that Biden was the greatest man in the world. He had helped your family, raised you up out of poverty, given you everything you've got. You owe your life and loyalty to Biden. That's right.
I understand your concern, but I think we already have this. Have you watched TV? So what's the difference? So it just takes longer. People watching TV for a year and then they say, wow, they change their minds. So
Yeah.
It's a long process, but the implantation is a fast process.
okay, it's the only difference, I guess. So actually, we implant many ideas, you know. So I remember how in former Sergey, actually, I have a counterpoint. I would say I remember how in USSR in a long time we like changed our minds in 5 minutes. You know, we started to love capitalism in 5 minutes. You know, free markets, all these things.
No, it was a different situation because we are talking about conformists, but the people of the top of our country started to be capitalists because it's more convenience for them. They had a lot of money of them, but it's all
Yeah, for them, but they convinced people
money and power.
they convinced people very fast. It was like implanting the memory, I would say.
All right.
Okay, nice conversation. Let's make some slides until we here. Okay.
I wanted to
Please.
tell about vivid visual image from this movie. From my childhood, I remember some vivid picture. It's when Arnold Schwarzenegger opened your hand of woman. I remember that moment where clear. And the second moment, free-breasted girl. And the third moment when he removed implant from
Back,
nose.
yeah, for back, yeah. So you have pictures that implanted in your memory now, right?
Totally. Wow, what time? Congratulations.
Okay, so how we call this? Chair? I don't know.
We,
Chair for
we normally call that a dentist's chair
dentist chair. Okay.
because it can recline, and so he can get into your mouth. So you can adjust the angle of it. So we call that a dentist's chair usually.
Yeah, and do dentists in your country has these locks on arms and legs?
No, we don't have that.
I would be scared to death, you know, if they lock me in this chair. I would say, stop it, please. I don't want.
I don't want it.
Okay, let me start with this one. So it's his place, I would say, apartment, right, with a strange green lights.
Yeah.
Okay, so something interesting, some interesting art there on the bed, I guess. Can guess what is this? So a hanger, right? Usually a hanger for some clothes.
I don't know. It's strange. It looks like a lamp that shines light up on the ceiling, but I'm not sure what that is.
It looks like a hanger, or how we call it, for clothes to put there. So and they did this. Okay,
Could
what
be,
else?
yep.
It's a small fan on the table, I guess, or some kind of another art.
I don't
So
know. Yeah.
he had a nightmare just now. That's why he's sweaty. He has kind of a liquid on his chest because he was
Sweat. Yep.
sweat,
Uh-huh.
yes, sweat, because he had a nightmare and she's interrogating him what he watched in his nightmare, and kind of I think her job was kind of complex. She kind of uh, makes him think about Mars. I guess it was a plan how he get rid of the first layer of his memory. So she was actually interrogating him. Was her there? Was it about Mars? What did you see? Tell me some details. So
Yeah.
something like this. Okay, she looks sexy pretty much, and I can actually I can see the photo of there. Can you see this? So it's a colorful photo, and because I don't know, but it looks like a wedding photo to me because of her hair or something. It looks like a wedding photo. So I don't know what voile, how we call the things on the bright hair, a white thing on the bright hair.
A white thing on her hair?
Yeah, on the photo, on the photo.
Oh, that a veil, I guess. Veil, you mean? Like a bride's veil?
Yeah, bride's veil. So that's why I think it's a wedding photo. Wedding.
I can't tell. Yeah.
So probably they are married. That's all. What else?
Okay, the bed has thin sheets, so it's apparently not cold.
Mhm.
So warm weather, I guess. No blankets. Okay.
And wallet looks like, or walls looks like undecorated, so
Look
just
ugly,
concrete.
yeah.
Probably a cheap place, I guess.
With fancy technology, yeah. Remember,
Okay.
she took tennis lessons and exercise lessons on
Yeah,
the hologram TV or whatever.
exactly. Okay, let me ask Whoa. Whoa, what is happening on the picture?
This mm, so, this, cafe.
He's kind of a cafe or canteen, so he's eating here, right?
Yes, and he sees the policeman.
He's actually watching the news from Mars. You remember, it was some kind of watch that kind of episode that rebels just blast something and police.
Yeah, he means the guy in the news is a policeman, a riot policeman.
Right, police, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go forward. Sergey, could you please describe this one?
Yes, there is a workplace. Some guys divided small pieces of the big stone, and they use uh, building tool.
Jack Hammer, Tishley wrote.
Jackhammer. Yeah, and they work without safety devices, masks, glasses, cards, uniform, and it's impossible now, I think.
Exactly. But we can see how powerful he is, right? He's a macho there.
Yeah,
Usually-
his friend has a
Brutally.
small jackhammer. He's got a big jackhammer.
Usually, is there any difference in the usage between stone and rock when you use what?
No, they're the same, really.
The same. Okay. Okay. So I wonder why in the future, in a high technology developing society, they need this jackhammer and all this. So they have holograms, they have driverless car, they have everything, but they need hammer device.
Yeah, you'd think they'd have machines that would do that, you know?
Yeah.
This looks more like a prison camp. We use prisoners to do this kind of work. This is what we call hard labor.
Yeah, and if you see attentionally, you could notice the unique shoes with metal covering, like a robot.
Shoes, you mean, right?
Yeah, and I can't imagine that after work they would go to cafe for a cup of tea, a cup of coffee.
Well, okay, from your experience, what would they do?
In my experience, helped me that after work they go to the alcohol shops and they put some beer and vodka, and they would have some conversation about bad boss and bad wife.
Those bosses, they know nothing. They know nothing. I will tell you how to do this thing right.
I respect you. I respect him.
Yeah, suits my experience as well.
Now, I wanted to say something about the jackhammers.
Please.
Because I use them, you know. We have two sorts of jackhammers. Ones that are electrics, and other ones that are more powerful that are with compressed air.
Yeah, pneumatic. Yeah.
Pneumatic. Those ones are the ones that make a lot of noise, and I bet they are very powerful. And here we can see they are electric, but electric are not much powerful.
Yeah, it can't last long. Yeah.
and they don't have the power to rake such a big rocks.
Mhm.
And it's a little, oxymoronic working those machines, that do the same job next to the workers because
Mhm.
it's actually dangerous.
I just thought maybe it's some kind of archaeologic something thing, So you cannot do this with a big excavator. You need to do that slowly or something. I don't know.
I would think in the future you would have a chemical. You just spray the chemical on these rocks and it just dissolves into, dust or something, Chemical breakdown rather than mechanical breakdown.
Dynamite works well as well.
Yeah, dynamite, yeah.
From the place where I and Sergey are from Ural Mountains, we have a roads they made through the mountains, and it's never done with jackhammer. It's done with dynamite. So boom, and no more mountains.
Yeah.
Okay, Jart, would you please?
Okay. Here you can see that Quaid is in Total Recall Center, and the owner is asking him to sign everything.
Yep.
We can see a desk with many tools like pens, a jar with, I don't know, maybe a thermo jar, looks like.
Yep, some kind of
Painting,
thermos picture, yeah.
photocopier, printer.
Drawing behind the guy looks very fancy.
Yes, it looks like a child's drawing, really, of space.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And the device that Arnold uses is like a sort of tablet,
Yep.
black and white tablet.
How we call it? Stick tablet with a stylus. How we call it?
Yeah, I call it a stylus.
Mm-hmm.
Or an electronic signature, yeah, like we have in banks in some places. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What more?
Okay, not much here, right? And small monitor for video calls. Do you remember they always used video calls in the
Yes.
movie? Okay.
Okay.
Jart, one more, please.
Here we see Quaid that kill all of these friends, I suppose, especially the ball and a small one that was a worker with him, construction worker, because they attacked him, and he found out that he has the skills to kill. He is a strong and a skill like no martial arts, and kill those 4 people in a very violent manner.
Yeah.
He
And
again, himself.
Again, no decorations on the wall.
No, it looks like Russian.
Russian design, yeah. Layla, would you describe this one, please?
This is when Lori is looking at the TV, and it's a program about how to play tennis, I guess. She's doing the same things. And I don't know, but it is my thought. The lady on the right could be Melina.
I don't think so.
Nah, just somebody.
I know. I thought that. So she was trying to just improve herself, and at that time he came in with bloody hands, right?
Mm-hmm. Can you see this device on the left monitor is very strange.
That looks like an oscilloscope or some electronic test equipment.
Yeah, probably it's a control device for hologram or something. Hologram.
I don't know.
So it's very interesting. Tishli wrote in our chat that it's a pocket door in the bathroom.
It slides into the wall.
Right.
Very weird architecture in this movie.
Do you think it's a drawing on the wall on the left?
I didn't understand Ivan's.
It almost looks like a spice rack if she were in the kitchen, but
yeah.
Really?
I don't know what it is. Yeah, looks like a folding chair below it.
Yeah, and again, you see 2 photos of happy family. So they have them everywhere.
Fake memory photos, yeah.
Okay,
we can see the bedroom on the right, so it's kind of a look like a studio. It's just one big living area.
Yep.
The bathroom, the bedroom, and this area here where she's watching TV, it's all just one big space, kind of like where I'm living now. We call that a studio apartment.
Studio apartment, right?
One big room, basically, that serves everything.
And from this point, we can see again this drawing under the bed, and it's something strange here.
Ugly, yeah.
Ugly. Okay, let's go forward. Vasanth, why he is pointing his gun at her?
Yes. After she attacked him, she tried to kill him, but he somehow managed to tackle her and caught her at his gun point. And he asked her to tell every secret plan behind her. So she was telling him, and actually she was not telling the all truth. She was just buying some time for the bad guys to enter into the house and kill him. We can see a gun with silence. I hope it's a silencer on tip of that. And a television, sticky notes on the wall. I hope. And
Remember that she is Richter's wife,
Yeah.
and Richter doesn't know Cohaagen's whole plan. So
Yeah.
Richter thinks this guy's really a Martian rebel. Sorry, Ivan, a Martian rebel. And Richter thinks his job is to kill this guy. So she's delaying him so Richter can get here with his men to kill this guy. But that's not really Cohaagen's plan. Richter doesn't know Cohaagen's plan. Richter's kind of acting on his own initiative to kill this guy without being told to.
So Hauser has some luck, right? Without luck, it will be different story.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So we call this device. So the difference between chair and stool, it's actually the back of, right? So if you have,
Yeah. The stool has no arms and no back. It's just a flat surface you sit on. Yeah.
But it's
We call them bar stools. Yeah.
But they're compact. You can put them on each other.
Everywhere.
Stack them up. Yep.
Stack them up. Yep. Stack them up. Okay, metro, right? I remember this. Vova, would you like to describe this?
This is subway, and he go in ringing.
So it's an alarm system, right? He go to this tunnel with I don't know, with X-rays maybe or something, or security post.
X-ray panels. He's walking through an X-ray portal, basically.
And what he had, Vova?
The weapon.
Weapon, a gun, right? And I remember that there were like two groups. One chasing him from one side, another from another side, and what he decided, how he escaped. Remember?
He broke this
Glass.
Glass wall, yeah. He jumped through the wall, yeah. It's Superman. Yeah. So society looks pretty violent, right? So they have this security posts, they have police with guns, how we call it, guns on, prepared, how's it, locks and loaded, right?
Yeah,
Right.
yep, locked and loaded, yeah.
Yeah, so society probably has some crimes. Yeah, okay. Funny one, right? Sergey, do you remember?
Yeah, I remember the moment when his friend got the case, and during the returning, Quaid, old women tried to steal the case. But it's my case, not my case. It's my case. Fuck but we have some words, some bad words during this conversation. Yeah.
She says there is no your name on this case. She said.
Yeah, yeah. Prove it's yours. Your name is not on it. Prove it's yours. Yeah.
And Ritz is the name of this hotel, right? We have hotel
And
Ritz
the
now.
hotel chain, Carlton Ritz.
There's a song about dancing at the Ritz or something.
Yeah.
Ritz was a famous hotel. We also have kind of cookies called Ritz cookies. If you've never had them, they're pretty good.
Okay. Sergey, what do you think about this phone? Fancy enough?
The public telephone. The public telephone has video calls, and he is a anti-vandal construction. It's all metal, without glass, without glass bottoms.
Yeah, made
only
of metal. Yeah. So usually vandalism is a word, right? Vandalism, when someone ruins something for nothing, right? For no
Correct.
reason.
Graffiti is writing. Vandalism is destruction.
Destruction. So this design, it's anti-vandalism design, right?
Yeah, yeah. It looks like battleship armor, doesn't it?
Right. So you can blast it and it will be fine. You can continue your
Yeah.
conversation.
Wow.
Okay. Why he has a turban on his head?
That it all helps Quaid to cover his implant signal.
Yeah, what's the word for this? To jump?
To muffle the signal.
Muffle
Yeah.
the signal, to jump
Kinda
the
like,
signal.
yeah, jamming the signal, kind of. Yeah.
Good. Okay, and lady has a very strong look, I would say. I'm not sure that I will confront her in this way.
She's very powerful. It's mine.
Yes. Gerard, would you please describe this one?
Here we can see Quaid talking with Cohaagen. He sent his suitcase with instructions. And we can see the device. The device on the top, beneath the monitor, we can see the device to extract the bug inside his skull. And the message was that he has to go to Mars.
Mm-hmm.
The other people reach and his acolytes want to chase him, are pursuing him, and he needs to remove the bug first. I remember he gave the bug to the rats that were around this old building.
Yep.
And destroy the monitor, but not totally.
Mm-hmm. And I remember that Victor and his team, they shoot to the rats like without any warning. So they got a signal, they start shooting. So probably it was dangerous.
Over there! Over there! Over there!
Yeah. The place does not look good, I would say. Does not look like a hotel Ritz or something to me. Looks like
It looked like an abandoned warehouse to me. I don't know.
a garage or industrial thing, something.
It looks like a building. Sometimes they build a building and they only build the structure because they don't have enough money to finish the building.
Mm-hmm.
It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Many years without finishing the building.
So,
yeah, could be.
So just a skeleton of the building is staying. So
concrete,
framework,
armored concrete structure.
Yeah. Okay, so 2 weeks. Leila, do you remember this?
Yes. Our dear Quaid just disguised himself as a fat lady, and Ivan, I did understand everything, but how this change happened? I mean, it is a question because everything was okay. She persuaded him a bit.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to go to the, wherever she wants to go. At the airport, I guess. But how
So my impression that this like speaking head was programmed for certain questions in certain order. So why you're there? I'm there for tourism. For how long? For 2 weeks. So that's all what was programmed. So then something happened. A custom officer, he asked the question that was not programmed, and probably Quaid made some mistake or pressed wrong button or something.
It was so funny. Her face was changing and repeating 2 weeks, 2 weeks.
It's kind of like it had recorded phrases in it,
Mhm.
and
Right.
you got stuck playing the same recorded phrase over and over, like a broken record, like a damaged record.
Okay. So the other people are looking at her or him, whatever. Everybody was surprised, I think. I think Richter was there, right?
Yeah, it was the same
I
plane
can't
actually.
see him here. And that's all because she was going to, he was going to throw the hat away and just get rid of it.
Mhm.
That's all.
We can see the design of building is different, right? It's now all of made of metal, right? With
It's
metal.
like reasoning one.
I think the reason that it's hard to build from concrete on Mars because you need a lot of water and everything. So and metal can be just just framework from the earth. So you just put it there. You put some I don't know connect
These
things.
Yeah, these days the materials would probably be kind of a plastic made from a 3D printer, right?
Maybe who knows? Yeah.
But in those days we didn't have 3D printers in the movie time, so.
Yeah.
But it could be metal or maybe a composite plastic that's very hard. I don't know.
Mhm.
Can't tell.
And the police guys are wearing different glasses or goggles.
Yeah, it looks like you've got maybe security. You got maybe airport officials in the gray uniforms, and the guys with helmets are probably the riot security, the police,
Mhm.
Right. Maybe they could
with
be.
Kevlar bulletproof vests. Yeah.
Mhm. Okay, let's find the final one. Something interesting. Okay.
There's Benny.
Yeah, and yeah, a lot of, and we can see a machine, this programming machine again, right? Vasanth,
Yep.
would you please describe this one?
Yes, this is where they captured Doug and Melina, and they were about to implant different memory in their brain, and we can see it's they locked their hands and legs with the cuffs attached to the chair, and a headband that controls and implants the memory in your head. And you can see a lot of buttons and lights, and the bad guy is monitoring them. That's it. I can see.
Yeah, so there is a Cohaagen and this locks, right? Teacher League, how we wrote this? Dentist chair, yeah?
Yeah, kind of like a dentist chair. You can see the red pin is like a locking pin that you slip in to lock the restraint closed. So there's wrist restraints and ankle restraints, leg restraints.
Yeah. Well, pretty scary, right? Scary. So if you sit there, I wouldn't expect anything good. Okay, let me flick through the pictures. Okay, so yeah, we forgot about this fancy machine that makes a tunnel inside the rocks, right? I don't know.
While they were looking for the reactor, right?
Yeah, probably for leader of for reactor. I don't know.
No,
Driven
reactor,
machine.
yes.
Reactor, yeah. Okay, this hologram, right? Ha 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 ha. You think I'm real? Okay, elevator that Sergey described how guy lost his hands.
Yes.
He is activating this blast, how we call dynamite, this
Bomb.
Dynamite.
bomb.
Yeah.
detonator. Yeah, he has a detonator in his head. Okay, and all the windows are shattered because of the air wave from the outside, so that we can see. And that's all. So all these people are now free.
Yeah.
We freed them, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all. Nice movie. Nice, good old Arnie. So I enjoyed it very much. Yeah.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for coming. Thank you, Chichili, for your support, and
Layla.
Leila, thank you. Yeah, yeah, your suggestions are welcome about the movies. Let's choose something from another genre, not action.
Romantic.
Okay, we'll Turkish romantic movie to cry all the time.
No. I don't think that I like romantic movies. You know that. Teacher, please help me.
Okay,
You know,
actually,
an actor died recently. His name was Christopher Plummer.
Right?
He was 91. He was the captain in The Sound of Music. Now, The Sound of Music, we haven't seen it yet, I don't think. I think that would be a good show because it's family friendly for Vova. It's romantic for Layla. It has its background is World War II, so it's kind of historic.
Chichili,
and
but
it's-
we did it already.
Yeah,
We
we
did it. Okay, I'm sorry. Forget that then. Okay, I don't remember we
But
did that.
it was nice, but we did it actually 2 years ago. So time
Okay.
flies.
Yeah, check on Telegram.
Okay. So that actor died recently. Yeah.
And Vova had a suggestion, right? Vova, you asked us for a movie, something like Honey, I Diminished the Children or something. Do you know this?
Oh, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Yeah.
Or it's too naive for us. What do you think?
It's a comedy. It's a comedy.
I don't know. I never watched it, but maybe it's too simple to discuss.
I think they made a sequel. I think there's like 2 movies in the series.
Okay. Okay.
Comedies I'm not crazy about, but if you guys want to watch it, I won't watch it, but I'll
Yes.
support you.
I understand. Thank you very much again. See you next week.
Thank
Bye.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we'll see y'all, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, my dear friends. Bye-bye.